Well, hello and welcome to a special Patreon edition only of Two Geeks, Two Beers with me, Tom, and Morgan.
Hello.
Bit of a time delay there, Morgan.
Yeah, well, this is a little preview of the kind of shoddy sounding material that you can expect from us for the next few weeks, months. Who knows?
I'm sure you can imagine and guess.
Yeah, we are recording remotely for the first ever time. Myself and Tom are not in the same room. Partly because we can't stand each other. Yeah, just don't like each other. After so many episodes, we're just sick of the sight of each other. But partly for other reasons, of course.
But we thought for this special Patreon episode, not that long ago, Doctor Who aired, and as far as I'm aware, it did very well, but a lot of good reaction, but a strong reaction in general.
Definitely a strong reaction.
I was aware of there being a reaction, and as a non-Doctor Pooh.
that was what some people were saying. Actually, that was part of the reaction.
Oh, okay. But no, as a non-Doctor Who nerd, I don't really know much about it. I just couldn't work out what the hell was going on, so I thought it'd be quite funny. Yeah. It might not be, but it'd be quite funny if Morgan tries to explain what the hell was going on with all the stuff, you know. So from a noob's perspective, how you explain the latest series. So go.
Okay, it's gonna be tough. All right, so to start off with, I need to sort of figure out what your base level of knowledge of Doctor Who is, because it's all tied into series mythology in the canon. So, you know, do you know about where the Doctor is from?
Gallifrey.
There we go.
I don't know what that is. I just know it's called that. But
that's the Doctor's home planet. So famously, you know, for the early years of the show, the first 6 years, didn't know who the Doctor was, where the Doctor was from. It then was revealed in 1969 in Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor, and his final story, big dramatic send-off. It revealed the Doctor's origins, that he was a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. Big deal.
All right.
Big deal. Okay. And of course,
so he didn't know any of that before that happened.
Didn't know any of that. He didn't know if he was human, if he was alien, if he was an alien, where he was from. Didn't know any of this. So this all came out in this one story from 1969, and this has now, of course, become established Doctor Who lore. You know, respected lore. And on top of that, of course, you know, you have the Doctor has a certain number of regenerations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So starting with, do you know who the first one was?
Hartnell.
William Hartnell, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this is what you need to know. So the first Doctor was William Hartnell.
Yeah.
And the Doctor is a Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So that's what you need to know.
I know that basic knowledge. Yeah.
But that's what you need to establish so that we can then throw it out the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
That matters.
You need to learn that so that we can then unlearn it.
Oh, okay. It's done one of those. I feel like I'm going to be annoyed.
You have no investment in this whatsoever.
No. I still feel I'm going to be annoyed. Okay, carry on.
So go fast forward quite a bit to series 11, which was the last series of Doctor Who, episode 2. And there are some monsters called the Remnants that look a bit like sort of animated bits of cloth. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And anyway, they mention something to the Doctor, the timeless child. And they say, we can see into your mind. We see further back than even you know, the timeless child. And I was like, what's that? That sounds exciting. The timeless child. Can't wait for that. What's that? Can't wait for that story arc to pay off. Never mentioned again in that series. Didn't come up.
Right. Yeah.
So then everyone was like, well, what's going on with this timeless child business? This most recent series, series 12 of Doctor Who, the Master, you know who the Master is?
Yeah. It's like another Master Doctor type thing, isn't it? But a bad version, essentially.
Yeah. It's like.
Do they regenerate as well?
Yeah, it's another Time Lord.
Right. Okay.
But like an evil version of the Doctor, sort of like the Moriarty to his Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
The Master turns up anyway, and he's like, "Oh, Doctor, I've blown up Gallifrey." And the Doctor's like, "Oh, what? Why'd you do that?" And he's like, "Well, I found out the lie of the timeless child."
Okay.
And everyone's like, she's like, what's the lie of the timeless child? And he's like, oh, I'm not going to tell you. And then he, basically, that is what happens.
Because the writers don't know yet.
Yeah, it's only episode 2. I'm not going to tell you. Yeah. So he then goes away again. And then, so then, actually, in episode 5 of this new series, right, there is, it's quite complicated, but basically, there's this woman shows up, and she's like, I'm the Doctor.
Okay.
So not Jodie Whittaker. A whole new woman is like, I'm the Doctor. So
is she the current Doctor?
No, she just says, I'm the Doctor. And,
okay.
And Jodie Whittaker's like, well, I've never been you, so you must be from my future.
So all the Doctors remember all the past incarnations of themselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jodie Whittaker's like, so Jodie's like, well, you must be from my future because I don't remember you, right? But then this other Doctor's like, well, I've never been you. So so this new Doctor, who is she then? She's not from the Doctor's future, not from the Doctor's past that we know. What's going on there? Oh, so that's a whole other thing. No, wow, that's what people assumed. But then Chris Chibnall, who's the showrunner of Doctor Who, he came out and went, it's not a parallel universe. Okay. That was literally the first thing he said.
Right. Okay.
All right, you following so far?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so have a drink. So then in the finale to this series, the Master, he's back, and he basically, you know how I said before, he said he wasn't gonna, he's like, oh, Doctor, I'm not going to tell you what the timeless child is, got to find out for yourself.
Yeah, he then tells her.
Yeah, he basically just tells her. So, he just sort of waited till the end of the series, and then he told her. And it so I'm trying to get. So it turns out that way before it turns out there were like, I don't even know how best to.
If you can't explain it, what hope have I got?
I'm understanding it. I don't know where to start. All right, so basically, you see, this young girl, the timeless child, and she's on this random planet, but she's come through like a time space blip. So she isn't even from that planet. She's from somewhere else. But anyway, she's found on this planet by someone from Gallifrey, like way before the Time Lords existed, right?
Okay.
So way before the Time Lords existed, this explorer from Gallifrey found this little girl on a planet.
Right. For some sort of weird time blip, she found herself there.
The girl did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So this girl, it turns out, she has an accident.
Okay.
And the girl regenerates.
Right.
And so this girl gets named the Timeless Child. Now, people always thought, right, that the Time Lords had the power of regeneration. But it turns out the Gallifreyan, the scientist who found the girl, conducted all sorts of horrible experiments on the girl, stole her power of regeneration, and then gave it to the Time Lords.
Oh, okay.
So they've totally rewritten how regeneration happens already. Okay. So it's not the Time Lord's natural gift. It's something they stole from the timeless child. All right. Then it turns out that the timeless child. Well, can you guess who is the timeless child?
Well, Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah. So the Doctor is the timeless child.
But why is she here now?
What do you mean?
But so hang on. So when she was a kid.
Yeah.
She got found by this evil explorer man.
Well, it's a woman, but yes.
It's a woman, okay.
Well, and actually, no, but then she regenerates into a man, but yeah, carry on.
Okay. She has lots of experiments done on her.
Yeah.
And then so she essentially dies and regenerates into what, William Hartnell?
Yeah, but it turns out that between being the girl and William Hartnell, there were like loads of different regenerations, and the Doctor who we met earlier in the series, who I talked about before, she's somewhere in between the Timeless Child and William Hartnell.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah.
But why did Jodie Whittaker regenerate back into Jodie Whittaker after Peter Capaldi?
What?
Well, if she was already a girl, and then she died, regenerated to someone else, how come she came back?
Well, it wasn't no, it wasn't the same woman.
Oh, right.
It was just a different.
But why were they telling Jodie Whittaker that you are the timeless child?
Well,
surely they all are.
Yeah, no, they are all are. The Doctor is the
timeless
child.
So it isn't Jodie Whittaker then?
Well, no, it's the Doctor, but Jodie Whittaker is the Doctor.
Right, but it isn't Jodie Whittaker. Because you made it sound like it was Jodie Whittaker as a child.
Like it's not actually literally the actress Jodie Whittaker.
No, but you made it sound like her version, like she was something else.
No.
It turns out she's not the Doctor at all, or anything like
that. So basically, in a roundabout, what this big finale established was that the Doctor is the timeless child. Now, what that means is not only was William Hartnell not the first Doctor, there were an unknown number of Doctors before him, so all the numbering is off, even more than it was with the War Doctor, John Hurt.
Okay.
Not only that, but also, what did I say before about the timeless child? Where it was found.
Where she was found?
Yeah.
On Gallifrey?
No, she wasn't found on Gallifrey. That's the point.
She was from somewhere else.
So not only has the Doctor had hundreds of lives we don't know about, but she's not even a Gallifreyan.
Right. Okay.
So that's two big revelations. Not a Gallifreyan, which has been the canon for 5 decades, and there's been hundreds of Doctors you didn't even know about, including this one from.
Is this just Chris Chibnall being a dick and just sort of going fuck it? I'm just gonna do whatever I want, and doesn't matter what any of you think. I'm just gonna say all this. It's like this weird fan fiction that because he's doing it, we're stuck with it now. Do you know what I mean?
And you have become a Doctor Who fan. Well, in that moment, you became a Doctor Who fan.
It's fine. It's just that classic thing of rewriting history because you run out of ideas and so fuck it. Let's just. I guess you can do it with something like Doctor Who because it's all about time travel and stuff. But
the thing is, Doctor Who is always like the whole thing of her being a Time Lord and a Gallifreyan in the first place was totally rewriting everything.
Yeah.
And then and so actually this is interesting as well because I say interesting. In the 1970s, right, there was a Tom Baker story called The Brain of Morbius, and in this the Doctor fights this resurrected Time Lord war criminal called Morbius, and there's a bit where they both put these things on their head and they have like a mind battle.
Right.
And Morbius has the more powerful mind. I don't know quite how you measure that power of the mind. But anyway, Morbius has the better mind, and he's beating the Doctor. And on a screen, you see the Doctor's face, right? Then you see John Pertwee, the one before. Then you see Patrick Troughton. Then you see William Hartnell, and then you see a bunch of other faces. And everyone was like, "Who are their faces?
Who's that?
Who's that? Who are these faces?" And it was just the producer at the time. He wanted to similarly fuck about and suggest that there were Doctors before Hartnell, right?
So now it's weirdly canon because.
Well, it is canon because these other faces were known in fandom as the Morbius Doctors because the story's the brain of Morbius, and it was just they couldn't get any actors to do it because of I think like equity and stuff, so they just had like the producer, the script editor, all wearing silly hats and stuff. But then there's a bit, so everyone was like, oh, I wonder if, because there's all these different Doctors from the past, maybe now the Morbius Doctors is canon. But in the episode, there's literally a bit where Jodie Whittaker, for reasons you don't really need to know, she does like a thing where she's like, I'm going to use all the power of my brain, again, the brain power. And she does it by like unleashing the whole history of Doctor Who.
Why couldn't they have done this before?
What do you mean?
But if she's got the power to look back in all her past lives, why couldn't any of the Doctors before her do this? Just didn't have a reason, I suppose.
What? All right, we'll get onto this. So anyway, Jodie Whittaker unleashes the power of her brain, and literally the Doctor Who music plays. It goes da na na da da da, and you see like loads of clips from the past and stuff, including the Morbius Doctors from 1975. They put that on TV on Sunday night in 2020, and you see the Morbius Doctors proving that finally, after however many decades, the Morbius Doctors are canon.
Well, give that to Chibnall. He knows his nerd stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. So
it's not as bad as in The Simpsons when they rewrote Skinner's backstory. It's not as bad as that.
It's well, yeah, no, but it's like the Doctor Who equivalent.
It makes sense because it's a sci-fi. It shouldn't take it too seriously, I guess.
I
Don't try and tell that to a Doctor Who fan.
And also, like, if the next showrunner wants to, like, so Russell T Davies, he went, Gallifrey's blown up, it's gone forever, and then Stephen Moffat came in and went, nah, it's back, and now Chibnall's gone, nah, blown up again, and then the next one will come out and go, nah, it's back, and none of that's all changed. Like, it'll, if you're mad about it, it'll change again. But going back to what you were saying before, they also established, so weird, they also established that the reason the Doctor didn't remember any of these pre-Hartnell lives was because she had her mind wiped over and over and over again by the Time Lords to hide the secret.
Oh.
Because they were ashamed that they'd stolen the power of regeneration.
Ashamed. Okay. Well, yeah. So who's the actress who plays the other Doctor?
Jo Martin.
Jo Martin. So she comes back, and she was one of the many that appeared between.
Yeah.
So how long was she the Doctor? Because it doesn't sound like they were Doctors for very long.
Why not?
I don't know. Why did it start with William Hartnell then?
What do you mean?
Why did he make it sound like he was the first one?
Well, because he thought he was, because he had his memory wiped.
Oh, so did each new one? Was he the first one that had his? So from him onwards, they never had a memory wiped.
Because he escaped from Gallifrey.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I like that. I quite like that.
Oh, I've turned you around. And so actually, if you think about it, given that the Doctor is this like being who can live for millions of years, it's a bit convenient that you actually meet them at their first life.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And just one final question that I've just got. Because you've had Doctor Who episodes in the past where past Doctors have met up, right?
Yeah.
Because I forget, just because they die, they're time travellers, so they can meet up with whoever they want, sure, at any time. So they can meet up with their past selves whenever they want, because they just get back in time.
Well, they technically can, but they can't because that breaks the first law of time.
But they keep doing it for a laugh anyway.
So
every time there's like a 25th anniversary.
Yeah, anytime there's an anniversary, they go, oh, something happening is so bad, we can break the first law of time. That's basically what happens.
Alright. Well, okay.
But in those stories, like there's literally the first time they do that in the Three Doctors from the 1970s, and the Time Lords go, show me the earliest Doctor, and they show William Hartnell, and it's like, well, what about the other ones? But I guess you can just say the Time Lords were covering it up or whatever. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it too much. Don't worry about it.
Did very well, and that makes sense, sort of, and I quite like it, and I shouldn't really care because I don't really care. So, yeah.
So you've gone from hating it to quite liking it to actually.
It's just that
I don't care.
It's just that thing of all you see is Twitter reactions for a show you don't even watch, including many by you, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's that thing of I don't know and I don't care, but that part of me about wanting to know certain things about nerd culture, I at least want to know what it is because I'm never going to watch it, so might as well know.
But you got, like, for fans, this was all very exciting. I can't believe they're rewriting the War Games from 1969. But like, what was
the fan reaction like? Was it positive?
I mean, mixed.
Yeah.
Some people were like, "That's exciting," and some, we don't know who the Doctor is again. Where's the Doctor from? It's exciting again. That's exciting. We can explore that in the next series. But then some people were like, "You've rewritten the War Games," and so yeah, some people were very mad. Doctor Who died tonight. Hashtag not my Doctor. But
they said that when Jodie Whittaker came, didn't they?
They keep saying it, but they keep on watching. Strangely,
keep coming on back, don't they?
Yeah, but but I don't know. I don't know how exciting it would be for someone who's just tuned in. Oh, what's on Sunday night? Doctor Who, and they go in. You thought the Timeless Child, and there were pre-Hartnell incarnations. The Morbius Doctors are canon. People are like, what is this? What are you talking about? I mean, we're talking about it on a fairly niche, geeky podcast, and already it feels like we've gone too far.
A bit much, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I enjoyed that. Don't need to watch it now, so that's good.
Yeah. I mean, if you like, never watch any Doctor Who, and I can just get a bit drunk and, quite poorly tell you what happened.
Yeah, by me. Sounds good. All right, well, thanks very much. Thanks for listening out there, and stay safe and all that.
Yeah.
And we'll be with you soon with a brand new episode. More details on that soon.
Bye.
There you go. That's all right.